exercise extreme caution. If you mess up your monitor, if you ruin your life, if you cut yourself, we are not responsible. We are not responsible for anything. If you decide to do this, you are doing it of your own volition, and we have nothing to do with it. We're just helping you if you decide to do something stupid like this. It's going to be a quick video showing you guys how to deglass the AMH A399U. It's a pretty simple process, but I was a bit worried during parts of it, so I want to tell you what I went through and really, encourage you to do it because it makes it look a lot better. The glass on there was glaring a lot, and then I was using this monitor back here. This is the Philips 4K. It's very similar. It uses almost the same panel, if not the same panel, but the Philips has a lot of weird, quirky issues. It's more expensive, and it produced a tiny bit of glare, not much, just a tiny bit of glare. I got this one, the Korean 4K, 39.5 inch or whatever. Looks awesome. Doesn't have any of the quirks that one has. There's a giant piece of tempered glass in front of it. And I was sitting there at my desk, and I've got, the wilderness behind me and walls of windows because I love being able to look outside. It makes me feel a little more at one with nature, even though I'm on the computer all day. And I was just seeing trees all over my screen and like reflections from the sun, and it was giving me a headache. So I was like, screw this. Wendell deglassed his, I'm gonna deglass mine. Now you're gonna need some tools when you do this. You need a hairdryer, and I really recommend a box cutter, not anything thicker. You don't want a thick blade, you don't want a pocket knife, if it's extremely thin, could possibly work. But you really want a box cutter. You're going to want to go all the way around the edges with the hairdryer, and you wanna get it decently warm. It does not have to be hot. And beneath that there is a tacky substance. It's a sort of a black, tacky, double-sided, thick tape stuff. And you want that to get a bit gunky and, well, tacky. And then you're going to insert this in. This is a very, the first couple of times you put it in, it's going to be going in dry, and it's going to have to be really, you're going to be really careful, man. And after that, you get it all warm, and then you can just kind of slide it around and it'll be good. I think we're talking about monitors, yeah. So you get it under the edge. Now you do not want to put this in too far, so you can sort of control the blade. You pull back on the blade a little bit. You do not want the blade to go in and touch the LCD. It touches the LCD, you could ruin it. Lean it at an upward angle against the glass. I try to get it in there like this, and then you slide it against the glass at a very slight angle. That way it's not going down at all, and you know that if you slip, it's going up instead of down, and it's going to go into the glass instead of the LCD, and that's extremely important. And as you go, you just want to make sure you're, using the blow dryer a little bit, and then you can move this a little bit along. If it's stuck or if it's giving you some resistance, do not force it. Use the hair dryer more and make it a bit warmer before you move anything. That's extremely important. So anyway, after you get a couple of corners, I did the entire top down one side and about half of the other side. And I had the top on both sides. So I had 3 corners of this detackified. I actually used a screwdriver, and I lifted the glass a little bit, and you can wedge the screwdriver under the glass and just create a bit of space there, and just leave it there, let it create some space, and that'll help you. And then eventually you move the screwdriver out very carefully as you replace the screwdriver with your hands or your fingers, and then you can start to peel the glass off. If it's offering too much resistance, a little bit of resistance is normal. If it's offering too much, more hair dryer, but then you should be able to just peel it off. And the parts that you have not used the hair dryer on, like the gunky stuff, will probably come off completely, but all around the rest of it, you're gonna have a gunky residue. Now, this is kind of a pain in the ass to get rid of. You can use some tacky stuff removed from your local hardware store, maybe some Goo Gone or something like that, a bit of alcohol on a Q-tip, but don't let it touch the LCD. You want to apply anything you have with a Q-tip around the sides and then slide it off. I also found that using the hairdryer just on the edges where the gunky stuff was after the glass was gone, and then just smudging my fingers around it like this, just all the way around the edge, you could get up some of the junk. It was tedious and annoying. And if you really don't care, just go ahead and start using it. The panel is exposed. It's just you and the panel, and everything's nice and happy. These principles will apply to other monitors that have tempered glass on the front. You'll just have to figure out how to get them started. This one was very easy to get started because you could look around the side and see a tiny bit of space. They're not sealed off very well, they're sealed off by the gunk, but the edges aren't completely sealed off. Some other monitors, you're gonna have to take off the front of the housing, and you're on your own as far as that goes because every monitor is gonna be a little bit different. It shouldn't be impossible, and most of them will be applying the same sort of gunk all the way around. Anyway, so that's how you deglass the A399U. If you guys have this monitor or are getting this monitor, let me know. It's currently my main monitor, and without the glass, I freaking love it. I wish they would just go ahead and make a version without glass, because then I would buy like 7 more, and I would have one, you know, in the closet, and one in the kitchen, and one in the fridge, and one in the car, right in front of my, you know, steering wheel. Yeah. All right, guys. Let me know if you guys are doing this, and let me know if it works. See you guys in the comments.